Did you miss these 6 unexpected moments from week 4 of the FIFA World Cup? Let's see if you've been paying attention. Number 6. Did you miss the Norwegian fan who won't do the row celebration? I thought everyone loved it at the World Cup. Well, everyone does apart from Emil Lappen, that is. After Norway's 2-1 win over Brazil, Emil was pictured in the stands with all the Norwegian fans doing the row around him, sat still and stony-faced. When asked about it later, he said he found it annoying, stupid and factually incorrect. You do you, Emil. Number 5. Did you miss Greg's taking on Mexico? Now, I've heard of players being dropped for big games, but what about sandwiches? Step forward, the legends of Greg's. Ahead of England against Mexico, on the day of the game, Greg's opted to bench their entire Mexican sandwich range, but only on the day and only in England. They continued to sell them in Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales, with Greg saying, "We know whose side you're on." Number 4. Did you miss the Mexican head coach yelling at Anthony Gordon? Well, having watched Gordon tear his right back to shreds all the way through their last 16 World Cup encounter, Javier Aguirre calls the England winger over. Hey Gordon, F you, prompting the pair of them to burst out laughing in the middle of a last 16 World Cup game. Classic moment. You've got to love it. Number 3. Did you miss the animal named after Vizinha? Well, the 40-year-old has been one of the great World Cup stories, and after being knocked out against Argentina, Cape Verde returned home to a hero's welcome, with Vizinha returning home to a newly discovered species of marine mollusk or sea slug named after him by researcher Jesus Altea. Now, I'm going to have to read this. Aldisa Vizinhae is its name. Forget the 30 million social media followers. That's the real win. Number 2. Did you miss the 2 journalists having a scrap? Now, I've heard of players infighting, but never journalists before. Ahead of France against Morocco, Brahim Diaz is in the middle of answering a question in his pre-match press conference, and he's interrupted by 2 journalists having an argument. Now, apparently, one journalist has taken umbrage being knocked by the other one raising his hand to ask a question. Cue a tiff that a FIFA media officer has to break up. Thankfully, Diaz found the funny side to this, but he did understandably forget the initial question. And number 1, did you miss the Belgium housery? Now, controversy surrounded the last 16 tie between Belgium and the United States after state striker Folarin Balogun was able to play in the game after having his red card from a previous match suspended for a year following an involvement from President Donald Trump. I know. This wasn't lost on the Belgians, though, who not only thumped the States 4-1, but then proceeded to celebrate in the dressing room afterwards by performing the infamous Donald Trump dance. Housery we can all get behind.